That's why Moshe Rabbeinu saying Zinu Hashemayim Sishma Ovet as because Klal obviously never kept Torah at that time. Never kept the Torah mitzvahs. Therefore, he was putting them as aid to make sure. And then we also questioned why did Yeshayahu change? Yeshayahu also said that because he saw Klal never kept Torah mitzvahs, obviously by the Churban. That we said Shema Shemayim was Zinu Evet. And why did he change from Moshe? Moshe Rabbeinu says Zinu Shemayim Sishma Ovet, but Yeshayahu says Shema Shemayim Zinu Evet. Why did he change? And what is that's the second question. And the first question, what is the connection between the two, Shema Shemayim and Bonim Gedati V'Mamti? And the Shizereshim answer tells the feature Hazonu he Mekavov V'Shemiyah Mevachik. Meaning Hazana is a Lashon Mekavov. Yeah, that's what it means. And Shemiyah is Mevachik. Moshe was obviously a Kavov to Shemayim, and especially on the Yom Moshe, on the day of his death, when you feel more connected to Shemayim, connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Omar Lashon Hazon of Shemayim. But obviously, Avod Yeshayahu Kavov, which was obviously his anivus, humbleness, Kavov the Ovet, Omar Lashon Hazon of Ovet. And he said, you want to say Lashon Hazon of Ovet, whatever that means, maybe because you're going to see Zona. As we can say Moshe Kavod Shemayim. Therefore, you want to say, therefore Moshe Rabbeinu says Shema Shemayim. Yeah, Shema Shemayim is in the Eretz. No, that's sorry, forget. So Moshe Rabbeinu says Zina Shemayim Sishma Ovetz, and that, and then we get. That's why Yeshayahu changing from what Moshe Rabbeinu said, and also Chein Mashma to Mediva Zoya Veish Parshas Hazinu. And we say because Elabasa Hochi Ka'ama Hosam Tanda Bahau Zim Dot Oma Yeshayahu Shema Shemayim Zinu Evet Kama Gadini Tihin is Damdu the Tavo Vecho Nafka Kolo Oma Mahu Din the Boiler Arsha Olmin at the Posach Oma Kashem Dibe Lav Anov Lav Min Didi, meaning in Zohar brings in Zohar that he first Moshe Rabbeinu Yeshayahu said obviously Shemu Shemayim Zinu Evet because he was more wachik from Shemayim, it's more connected to Evet. So we said Shemu Shemayim Zinu Evet, it's more connected. And afterwards the Malachi want to try and destroy Yeshayahu for changing what somehow maybe what Moshe Rabbeinu said. He changing the Lashon of Moshe Rabbeinu, but instead of saying Zinu Shemayim, Yeshayahu said Shemu Shemayim. He changed what the word of Moshe Rabbeinu. Somehow he seemed to be, he changed what Moshe Rabbeinu said, and therefore somehow Malachi wanted to destroy him. At the Pasach, Omar Hashem Dibe. When he said Hashem Dibe, then he won't. Then some of the Malachim didn't destroy him. And Zershim asking, what is the hate of Yeshayahu? What did Yeshayahu did? To order to get the Malachim to try and to destroy him. If it's because it's true that he's changing the state of what Moshe Rabbeinu said, because Moshe Rabbeinu said Zinu Shemayim Sishma Ovet, and he changing instead of saying Zinu Hashemayim, he's saying Shemu Shemayim. If he's changing because of that, then faked. Why is the reason to be chayt? It's faked. It's a good thing. The Moshe have a Yossi call of the Malka. With his anivus, humbleness, he was have a Yossi v'chayt call the Malka. He was obviously far away from the Melech, from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, obviously compared to Moshe. Obviously, what's the chayt? Therefore, maybe another answer you could maybe possibly say that ein svara loima shebishvish shekol hashamayim ovet nenash. The svara shouldn't be that because he called Shemayim and Ovetz Nenesh, he made the Shemayim Ovetz now as aid. Now made him aid to punish Klal Yisrael because he saw Klal Yisrael now doing Aveiros and it's B'shas Churban, the Churban deserved to get destroyed and he now make them as aid. You can't say that. It's a problem. Maybe it's a problem to make them as aid. Who are you to make them as aid? Yeah? You can't say that because Shavador Pashatul Shkavat Shemaim Ovet Edim Heim the Yisrael. Yesh Kach Biad Novi Liko Edim Shkavat Chachnu the Edim Shivoid the Yidu. Meaning Moshe Rabbeinu obviously seems to have a kach, maybe it's much more Alpi, Momish live obviously Loy Kom Novi, but as his Momish live with that Nevuah of Hashem, and he has a kach to make them as aid. But obviously somehow Yeshayahu obviously never made them aid. He just telling us what the aid in what Moshe Rabbeinu said before he died. He trying to now make it in life now because Klal Yisrael deserved to get punished in a good way out of love because he saw that Klal Yisrael doing Aveiros. Therefore, he decided, therefore, it can't be that. Therefore, you're allowed to do that. It's not because that he now make them as eight by saying Shim Shemayim Zinu Eretz. Yeah. And Af Eliyahu, if you see even wires, proof that it's no problem. Eliyahu Hanavi goes as Shloyem B'Talmoto. Yeah, Eliyahu Hanavi obviously so maybe did have various, and he was going there. Shouldn't be any Talamoto in terms of times besides a certain time in Eliyahu Hanavi. The positive Otzet Shemaim and Eliyahu Hanavi goes there. What the pasuk says, never keep Tishmu, never kept the Torah mitzvahs, and then Otzet Shemaim. It can't be that. Really, definitely, he want to they want to punish him.